Good evening, esteemed mothers, sisters, nieces, and women of distinction. As the sun sets, we gather to celebrate the power of unity and the spirit of Ubuntu. Tonight, we honor the women who embody the very essence of community, compassion, and mutual care. We celebrate the 10th anniversary of Women of the Moment, born a decade ago. 10 years ago, visionary girls dared to dream big. They saw a need to celebrate the strength, resilience, and beauty of women.
Today I'll be presenting a spoken word on women of Ubuntu. In the depths of Ubuntu, where love resides, women's heart beats strong, side by side. A symphony of sisterhood, a chorus so true, echoing the essence of me and you. With every step, a journey unfolds of resilience, of strength, both young and old. Their stories woven like a tapestry so fine, a testament to the power of the feminine divine. In the face of adversity, they stand tall, unbroken, unbowed, unapologetic through it all. Their spirits soar like eagles in flight, a true embodiment of Ubuntu's light. Their voices whisper a gentle summer breeze, reminding us of the beauty of communal ease. In a world that often forgets, the women of Ubuntu forever beget. A legacy of love, a heritage so grand, a celebration of womanhood in this Ubuntu land, where hearts connect and souls intertwine in the spirit of Ubuntu, forever divine. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. I'll be presenting a poem by Maya Angelou called Phenomenal Woman. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to fit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down to their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the arc of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Good evening, women of the moment. Today, I'm here to introduce our first speaker, who is one of our very own, a Heritage alumni. She is currently 25 years young, and she's studying in Warsaw, Poland. She has a bachelor's in international relations and international business, and is currently working for CBRE, which is a real estate and investment company. And after doing a little research, I think she's making a lot of money. She's also very Afrocentric and is spreading the African culture there in Poland. She hosts African events, which promote African food, African dressing, African music, African entertainment. In summary, she's just promoting African Ubuntu. She is certainly a woman of Ubuntu. Ladies, please help me welcome with a loud round of applause, Miss Cindy Vito.
I was not prepared for that introduction. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here as an ex-student, to be standing once again on this podium in the Apollo Hall. Thank you to the guests, thank you to our teachers and fellow students. It's very surreal being back here again after 7 years and seeing the growth of the Heritage School and seeing how I left the teachers here and I've come back and it's still going strong. I'm so happy to see that. Okay. When I was asked to be a guest speaker, I thought to myself, when I was sitting in this chair 7 years ago, what would I want to hear? How would I want to be addressed? What advice would I want to receive? So that helped me in being here, having the chance to come and speak to you, young ladies, and probably share my experiences to you, older ladies. Leaving high school 7 years ago, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how life was going to be. I didn't know where life was going to take me. I took a gap year
to figure out things, to figure out where I want to go, and I ended up in Poland. I just like to first say the woman in my life, the village that I created throughout my high school, throughout my life, my teachers, my parents, my mom, my grandma, they helped me a lot. My friends as well, they helped me as well to go into the world prepared, not to be scared to make mistakes, not to be scared to fail, but to always have the resilience to try, and try again. We have a foundation from school where we're taught different things, we're given different foundations, different backgrounds, but we learn that wherever you go, we have the spirit of Ubuntu, the spirit of community, the spirit of our sisters who we grow to make friends with, who become family during our high school years. And that is truly what helped me on my journey, and also the faith I have in God. I'd like to just say to the young ladies here today that this is the beginning of a beautiful life, the beginning of your womanhood, the beginning of you finding yourself, and you're allowed to make mistakes, you're allowed to fail, but you're also allowed to pick yourself up and try again. Confide in your friends, confide in your family, confide in your sisters, because that is where your strength comes from. Keep your head up, go out there and know that you have no limit. The sky is not the limit. If you fail, you shoot for the stars or aim for the moon, but you continue going. I was honored to be in Poland to study for 4 years and finish my bachelor's degree. And I can tell you in that time, there's many times when I wanted to fail. There's many times when I felt like this is above me. But every single time I did that, I would tell a friend, I would confide in family, and they would just tell me, Cindy, it's okay. Take some time, but you know that you have to get back up. And I achieved more than I thought I would. I made connections, I met some people who really helped me, and this is the spirit of Ubuntu that we have. Even though I was in a foreign land, I still met fellow Africans who understood my history, understood where I came from, and they helped me to continue going. And that's when I had the urge or the push to bring the African culture to Poland, introduce them to the food, the fashion, the music, just to share and give back to where I came from and where I was raised. And I think that's really helped me in all these years to be confident, to be proud of where I come from, of my community. So what I have to say here today to you ladies is confide in your community, confide in your sisterhood, build that up, make strong connections, and know that in all that you do, you're not alone. We are women for each other. We are here to build and to help each other, not bring each other down and not to talk bad on each other, but to be there for your sister so we can all rise together. I leave you here with one more quote. We belong in a bundle of life. It is not I think, therefore I am. It says, rather I am human because I belong. I participate and I share. We call this the spirit of Ubuntu, that profound African sense that we are human only through the humanity of other beings. Wherever you go, don't forget that you are not alone. We are human by uplifting each other. Thank you.
Oh, my darling, I've been missing you for quite some time. So I'm gonna live the oceans just to see your eyes. I can be a warrior, yes I am a warrior. There's no need to worry, love, look around, it's glorious. Close your eyes and taste the sun, you know where to find me. I know where to find you. Oh, my darling, I am getting closer, hold on tight. I'm running for my life. I can be a warrior. Yes, I am a warrior. There's no need to worry, love. Look around, it's glorious. Close your eyes and taste the sun. You know where to find me. I know where to find you. Inside the light, inside the light, inside I'm alive, inside the life, 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 inside my almost there, overcome my fear. I'll stay alive in eyes. Just look deep inside to find you and I, like stars in the sky, to brighten the light. You know where to find me. I know where to find you. Inside the light, inside the light, inside my life, inside the light, inside the life, inside the life, inside the life, inside the life, inside my life. I can be a warrior. Yes, I am a warrior. There's no need to worry, love. Look around, it's glorious. Close your eyes and taste the sun. You know where to find me. I know where to find you.
This is a poem called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you bested with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oils pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns and the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Do you want to see me broken? Bald head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard. 'Cause I laugh like I've got gold mines, digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? That I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of heart history's shame, I rise. Out from a past that's rooted deep, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I rise. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies, and the few gentlemen that are around. This is quite new to me. Normally, I have boys that I'm reffing, or athletes that I'm reffing, and I'm in small shorts with no heels but rugby boots. I am here to share my story with you. So I will say, it is a different setup for me. I usually communicate or relay my message with a whistle, hand signals, and a very few words. So if you hear me whistle from time to time, please forgive me. I stand before you today as Precious Bazani, a female rugby referee, proud to share my journey with you. My story is of passion, perseverance, and determination. I've always loved playing sport and didn't mind a little competition here and there. If something was challenging for me and I knew someone who could do it or had done it, it made me believe I could do it and it could be achieved, and made me want to do it until I got it right. I began my sporting journey as a little girl who enjoyed running around and racing with the boys. My basketball journey started off the day I picked up a tennis ball, which was from the sport my brother and my mother wanted me to play. I thought to myself, I think I could play basketball very well. The next Tuesday, I went and I joined basketball, and I left tennis. Fate had other plans, and after a long journey of playing basketball, and I had put my desire to play rugby on hold, I then got an opportunity to eventually play rugby. It captivated me and got me very passionate about it. As I played, I realized that my true calling wasn't on the pitch as a player, but as a rugby referee. It took a moment of me realizing that it took a moment of me playing, realizing that I could officiate the match just like the person who was doing it, if not better. Having seen my former basketball teammate, Joyce Muchenu, excelling as a match official, I also thought, why not? I had been carrying an injury during my playing time. I had my first surgery here in Zimbabwe, but they didn't have the technology yet to fix my ACL, so I had to keep playing with an injured knee. After 2 years, I then went to India, where I managed to get it fixed. After the second surgery, months of crutches, very long rehab, and a few remarks from people telling me that it would not be the same and I would not be able to perform at the same level, I just still carried on. They were right. It was not the same. Through determination, I became a better athlete and performed even better than before. I joined the Referee Society, thanks to my friend Abigail Kawonza, and from then on, my journey began. I started off officiating matches at the formerly known Potco or Dairy Board Week, to rising through to officiating at Rugby Africa level, rising through the ranks and coming out top woman referee in the continent. As a player, my chances were limited. I was very elated when I got an email inquiring if I would be able to come through to Cape Town to be an assistant referee for the World Cup Sevens. One of my prayers had been answered. I recall watching the Women's Six Nations on TV, yearning to be a part of that world. Having watched my South African colleague Amy Barrett-Theron being a part of it gave me hope, as I'd only always seen the European referees officiate at this tournament. I prayed and dreamed of being on the field and being a part of it. Today I'm proud to say I've achieved my dream, and my prayers were answered. I've been involved in the Six Nations for 3 years now. I've had several international matches under my belt. I've had a few of the HSBC series. I've been a Challenger Series referee for 3 years now. And I've been involved in the Women's 15 Level 2 tournament. It was through hard work and resilience that I became the first female rugby referee in Zimbabwe to officiate international matches and inspiring a new generation of female referees. To the young scholars, I say, your dreams are valid, and your gender should never limit you. Embrace your uniqueness and pursue your passions with unwavering dedication and determination. To the mothers and female staff, I say, let us continue to empower and uplift each other, breaking barriers and shattering glass ceilings. In closing, remember that success is not solely about achievements, but the journey, the lessons learned, and the lives touched. As Candice Parker from the WNBA said, be Be fearless, be relentless, be you. I thank you.
Good evening, ladies. I will be doing a poem that I wrote. She's a vivacious young soul with a magnet for trouble. She's a bit of a rebel, but that's not the case. All she wants is freedom, to go everywhere, know everything, and to meet everyone, which makes her unpredictable and impulsive. But those are the exact attributes that make her worth the chase, worth the grind, worth the fight. But be careful, because if you blink, you will miss her. If you slip, you lose her. She's sly, no, good at making others feel loved, special, seen. But that's because all she yearns is the same love, attention, and value back. And when you misuse her, she snaps and shuts all you out. And some will neglect her, thinking they'll never need her. But when she revitalizes, you come running back because you realize your world doesn't work the same way without her. She will put her time into what is rewarding and safeguard her heart for those who are fitting, because she knows what she deserves and she won't be suppressed until she thrives in all aspects of life. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. Are you a wounded woman or an awakened woman? A wounded woman lacks self-worth and doesn't know her own truth. She tolerates toxic people and apologizes for who she is. She compares herself to other people. She sees them as competition. But an awakened woman, she honors her truth and knows her worth. She sets loving boundaries and feels validated from within. Not only does she sparkle, but she encourages and inspires others to live unapologetically. An awakened woman embodies her divine goddess and encourages other women to rise with her. Imagine a woman who believes it is right and good that she is a woman. A woman who honors her experiences and tells her truth. A woman who refuses to carry the sins of others within her own body and her own life. Imagine a woman who trusts and respects herself. A woman who listens to her needs and desires and meets them with tenderness and grace. Be a woman who authors her own life. A woman who exerts, initiates, and moves on her own behalf. Trust your truest self, listen to your wisest voice, and refuse to surrender. Imagine a woman so in love with her body, a woman who believes her body is just enough as it is. She celebrates her rhythm and her curves just as beautiful as they are. Can I get a click, please? So I want you to ask yourselves, ladies, are you her that shines to brighten the sparkle in others? Or are you her that dims the light in others? Thank you.
Good evening. When I set out to write this, I knew I would write about a woman who made the greatest impact in my life, my mom. For so long, I never really saw my mother as anything but my mother. I failed to see her as her own person who had her own dreams, hopes, fears, wants, and ambitions. And at times, I never really fully appreciated her for her. Not appreciate her as my mother, but rather the beauty she is as her own person. When I was young, I used to fight with my sister to sit next to my mom after school because I knew that if I won the fight, I would tell her about my day. I also remember sitting with her as she got ready. I would put on her heels and I would walk around and she would clap every time, cheering me on, calling me all the greatest models' names. No matter how late we were, we always played this game. I would also remember the way she would open up her jewelry cupboard and always ask me which ones looked better, whether it was gold or silver, and she would always keep different gold stud earrings for me. And I too felt a part of the jewelry game as I would look at her and I'd go, "Do you like these ones?" I remember watching her as she sat by her vanity. As her perfume bottles would wink at me from her vanity, I would gaze at her and take in how utterly and irrevocably divine she looked. She was perfection. She was the definition of femininity. As she would be the biggest cheerleader of my life, I forgot she had her own life. That was until the day I caught her crying to a picture of her deceased mother. My grandmother died of cancer when my mom was pregnant with my brother. My mom went into labor 2 days after my grandma's passing. And sometimes I think of my mom, who had never had a child before, in labor, with no mom or father to hold her hand, no mother to tell her it will be fine, no mother to be there when Phil would come home. She told me that her loneliest moments was watching other mothers and their daughters with newborn babies, while she had no mother to comfort. A week later, with a newborn in her arms, she introduced my grandmother, who lay in a casket, to the only grandchild she would ever meet. I think of how in every moment I have always called and relied on my mother. And in that very moment, as I watched her cry over a picture, she became just like me. She became a girl who missed her mom. My mom is still ever so perfect as she sits here tonight. She still is the definition of femininity, and she is utterly and irrevocably gorgeous. The greatest compliment I have ever received is that I look like her. It reminds me that no matter what happens, a piece of her will always be with me. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. This evening, I'll be welcoming Clara Chimwemwe, an educational specialist who has worked with UNICEF in different portfolios for the past 16 years. With a master's in demography, she has worked with the National Statistics Office in Malawi as a statistician. She also worked as an M&E officer and eventually as the executive director of the Civil Society Coalition of Education in Malawi. Clara is an expert in program management, data analysis, budget advocacy, community engagement, and girls' education programming. She is very passionate about what she does. She also does education in Malawi and has started a mentorship program with adolescent girls in Lingoliwe and also sponsored some sporting kids to schoolgirls in her village. Clara is a testimony of power in education in girls' lives. Clara and her family came to Zimbabwe and is now working in UNICEF Zimbabwe, focusing on access to quality, exclusive foundational learning over girls in Zimbabwe. Clara is a Christian, an avid reader, likes traveling, mentoring young women, and is a mother of 3. Please help me welcome Clara Chimwemwe.
Good evening, ladies. Life is full of twists and turns, and life experiences can make you or break you. So I'll tell you a little story. In a small country, there was a girl born from a family of 2 girls. Their parents were not poor, they were not rich, they were average. The mother used to work for a tourism company, but she resigned when she got married. But she did not just sit as a housewife. She made sure that her family was well taken care of. For as long as her little girls could remember, she knitted their sweaters. She sewed their clothes. She baked all the lovely cakes that you can ever want as a child. She was the perfect mother. And I'd resonate with one of the last speakers that these girls just looked at her as a mother who was a provider, but did not really look at her as a person that she was. The family of four's lives took a twist when at 23 years, the older sister died after a short illness, and she left behind a son, 3 years old. The mother went into depression after that, and she never recovered. 4 years later, the father was involved in a fatal accident, and he died. They left behind a now 23-year-old last-born daughter. Hope is defined as the feeling of expectation and desire for a particular thing to happen. All of you students who are here, you have hope that you will finish your high school to the last day. You have hope that you will pass your exams with good grades. Some of you have hope that you will make it to university. And some of you hope that you'll find the love of your life and live happily ever after. The parents who are here, they also have the same hopes for you. That you finish your education, your high school, that you pass with good grades, and that you have a good life, even one that is better than them. Hope keeps us going. But hope in itself will not get you anywhere. Values are also important. And these are personal values or core values. And personal values are those abstract ideas and ideals that you hold dear. And these can impact heavily on your relationships and on your career choices. Many times, your values guide big life decisions. And core values also serve as your guiding principles. Generally, as people, we adopt values based on who and what we have been exposed to. If the values that you have been exposed to are that of hard work, you will indeed succeed in life. If the values are that of just receiving, laziness, the fruits of that will also be seen. Determination is another quality that you need to have. Without grit, you cannot make it in life. I'm privileged to sit next to the coach who coaches rugby. I always close my eyes when I'm watching rugby because I find it very intense. But she says she played it, and I was looking at her, I'm like, oh my God. You know? So you need to be determined to make it in life. When I was growing up, my father used to say, you should work hard to own your own things, because the things that I was enjoying, they were for him and his wife. And this used to annoy me many times. But it pushed me to work hard so that I could do and own my own things. So I'm also challenging you today. Do not be satisfied. Do not be content with the fact that your parents and guardians are providing for you. Believe me, you get a different level of satisfaction when you're able to do things for yourself. Perseverance is another value that I want to share with you. Because when you're able to persevere through the tough times, it will define your success. So let's get back to that little story which I started, where a family of four, we started with a family of four, and now it's only the girl who's 23 years old left. When the father died, this girl was doing her postgraduate studies, which she finished with very good grades, but it was not easy. Because when the father died, she also lost track of things. She was not studying, she was not doing anything. Until one of her supervisors called her and sat her down and said, I think you're wasting your father's money. Why don't you just officially quit and leave university? This woke up this girl. So she really worked hard. And I'm proud to say that this girl passed cum laude her master's degree. So when she finished her master's, after a year, she got married. And she was married for 14 years. And then her husband died. So this would put someone to despair, isn't it? Through perseverance, one is able to go on despite the hurdles that may come one's way. They say that if life throws lemons at you, what should you make? Thank you. When you have strong goals, they serve as a guiding light through difficult times. They remind you why you started in the first place, and they motivate to keep you pushing forward even when the going gets tough. So instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones of your journey. Persevere in your studies. I am sure sometimes you are studying and you're failing to understand that, am I really going to understand this? Am I going to pass this test? Keep on, don't give up. However dark it may be, dawn always breaks through. So each setback that you face, it's a valuable lesson about resilience, adaptability, and determination. So embrace these challenges. They are not just hurdles, but also opportunities to define your skills and strengthen your character. Last but not least, prayer. Perhaps not all of us are Christians, but I believe that almost everyone believes in a superior being that is out there. As it was said in my introduction, I am a Christian, and I believe in the power of prayer because that has worked for me over the years. And I have learned that God does not say no when the request is genuine. The only time you feel like God is saying no is when you are saying, I don't want Jessica to prosper. Dear Lord, help me. I don't want her to be more than me. That prayer, I doubt if God is going to answer it. So let me end by saying, I am not sharing with you all this because it is nice to say at an event like this one. I am sharing with you because this has been and is my life. I am that 23-year-old girl. Despite all that I have experienced in life, I am where I am today. My dream was always to work as a diplomat. It started as a very strong dream, and my friends used to say, where are you going to work as a diplomat? You have not done international studies. You have not done these courses where they allow you to become an international diplomat. But through the career path that I chose, I am here today as a diplomat. And I thank God that I'm where I am today. I don't take that for granted. I have 3 wonderful kids. 2 of them are here at Heritage. And my firstborn is finalizing his 4th year this year. So with hope, values, determination, perseverance, and prayer, you will do more. I wish you all the very best, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. Today, I'll be focusing on the attributes of a mother, a person who we usually take for granted, but is everything in our lives. I'm going to start with the letter M. M standing for mighty. Strong, brave, courageous, and mighty. Those words describe a mother. It takes all that and more to carry a child in your own womb for 9 months, raise them up, and unconditionally love them with no expiry date. Oh, she is outstanding. A mother's love cannot be compared to anyone else's. They say after God is love, is a mother's love. It stands out in a million. No one can replace a mother. She is the one and only in the life of a child. T, she is a teacher. They say life does not come with the manual, it comes with the mother. A mother is a teacher. She teaches the hard and the easy lessons, the good and the bad at times. There is no kind other than a mother who teaches the way she does. H, she is helpful. She is stubbornly helpful at times, but she is hopeful as well. Hope radiates all over her face. Her words spell hope. Her tears stream hope. Even when she's worried about me, about you, she's still full of hope. E, she's emotional, yet she is the rock of the family. A mother's full of emotions and compassions for her own, even though at times she may be a bit over-emotional. It is only a mother who can cheer the kid and who puts the ball in the child's team. R, she is reliable. Mothers are certainly a superhero. Even though they come from different costumes, backgrounds, you can count on them to be there. Even the smallest of all things, she is nurtured into age. Even of all circumstances, you can overcome just because Mama was always there. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. Today I'll be reciting a poem I wrote entitled Self-Acceptance. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Is it me? Is it the girl in the mirror I'll never be? Mirror, mirror on the wall, you say I'm the smartest in the entire land, but I still wonder when I'll remove these rose-tinted lenses and take my stand. I am me, flaws and all, a unique soul standing tall. I will not conform. I will not hide. My individual tears, I will surely provide. My strengths and weaknesses, I'll embrace. I shall love myself with a warm, kind space. No more comparisons, no more fears. I shall celebrate my individual tears. My path is mine, my journey too. I shall walk it with pride and a heart that's true. No more self-doubt, not one tear. Just me, myself, and a heart that's clear. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. I am honored to introduce one of tonight's special guests, a distinguished figure in the world of journalism and broadcasting, the main news anchor of the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. This astounding lady has been a cornerstone of ZBC, bringing integrity, professionalism, and a keen journalistic insight to the news desk. But her contributions extend beyond the newsroom. She is deeply committed to charitable work, actively involved in numerous initiatives that uplift and support our communities. In recognition of her outstanding work, she has received numerous awards. In 2023, she won an award for public relations awarded by Women of Corporate Directors. She recently won the National Journalism Excellence Award, the Humanitarian of the Year Award, and the Women in Media Leadership Award. Among others, these accolades are a testament to her exceptional skills and unwavering dedication to women's mental health and empowerment. Please join me in welcoming a woman of the moment, a woman in the moment, Ms. Vicky Maponga.
Thank you so much. Well, I was listening to your speaker. I'm saying, is that me she's really introducing? That's not the profile that I sent, but wow. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. What a theme, what an honor to be here, where we are saying women of the moment in 2024. Now, I want you to know, ladies, you can never be a woman of the moment if you don't take care of yourself. You can never be a woman of the moment if you don't have focus in your life. You can never be a woman of the moment if you don't have purpose in your life. Most of the time we gather as ladies, we teach each other how to slay. We teach each other how to make our makeup done. We teach each other how to dress, but we don't teach each other how to work in order for you to be able to slay. We don't teach each other, we don't empower our mindsets. Because your life is in your mind. You are all, some of you who's leaving school this year, let me tell you, you are quarter to real life. You are quarter to real life. When you go out there, you are going to find things are different from what they were when you were at school. You're gonna find life totally different. Mommy might not be able to buy you the 24-inch weave that you need all the time because now fees for university is higher. If we don't tell each other the truth, if I stand up here and not tell you the truth and just butter you up, I'm telling you I'm not helping you as a sister. I'm not helping you as a woman of the moment. The greatest achievement that you can ever get in life is knowing your purpose. I'm talking now even to the mothers that are here. Know your purpose, mummies. Our life is not all about running. Mukanya varkudaiji, mukanya varkudaiji. Antichambo manyira shumba, mofu vanoda kudai, mofa vaduti ndipfeke so. I want you ladies, when you go out, to be focused people. Without focus, your life is going nowhere. I told you, you are a quarter to real life. You will go out there and you are going to find new people coming from different families with different values. Find value in yourself and don't allow a man to tell you you are beautiful. If a man comes to me and tells me I'm beautiful, I'm like, thank you, but I know. Learn to be confident with who you are. What I'm actually telling you now are what I call, when I talk about mental health issues, coping skills, coping strategies, and mechanisms that we don't give each other in life. Standing before you is a beautiful lady who tried to commit suicide 3 times. Can you tell? A beautiful lady who suffered clinical depression, and I used to take about 30 pills every single day. And my life was just sleeping on the bed, looking at the ceiling, and thinking how useless I am. I'm saying this to empower you and to empower everybody in this room and to break the stigma. Yekunzi mental health muna anopenga. I don't even like using that word because muna atinota anopenga is somebody who has got unattended mental health issues. Standing before you is somebody, I lost my first son. I'm a Christian. When I lost my first son, people would come and say, it is well. How many of us have said that? It is well. And some would come and say, Usacheme wangoshida uti zvitirwani. And I'm thinking, the baby that I was carrying for 9 months, Who told you that when the doctor came and said, Vicky, I'm sorry, I was not kneeling down and praying? Why am I saying this? I am saying this to say the last thing, standing before you is somebody because of the environment that I was in. I suffered serious low self-esteem. Not because I didn't know that I can speak, not because I didn't know the value that I have, but it is because of the environment that I was in. I want you to watch the environment that you are going to find yourselves in. Check the conversations that you are going to speak, even for us ladies. Life, our conversations cannot be about Mjolo all the time. We are Jola. I always like to give this example, allow me, because it will help and change somebody's life. I always say focus or purpose is like going to Bulawayo. So I always say to people, know your Bulawayo. You know that. Know your Bulawayo. If we are to jump onto a bus today and we are told after the meeting, we are going to Bulawayo. We jump onto the bus and the bus has a tire puncture in Norton. We don't stop in Norton because Norton is not our destination. We fix the tire and we keep moving. Some of us, our lives are going to have a tire puncture somewhere. And you think, let me just get married in order to run away from the poverty at home. Some of us, our tires, our lives are punctured, whatever, right there. The mothers, our tires are there. We've got a tire puncture in Norton, and we are walking in Norton. Norton, we are there at the cemetery. We go to the suburbs of Norton. We go wherever, and you end up getting depressed because you're in the wrong place. So fix your life and you keep going. If you go to Gweru and they say road closed, construction ahead, you ask the people around and say, is there a detour which will take us somewhere so long as we get to Shangani because we want to get to Bulawayo? So I am saying to you ladies, know your Bulawayo. If you don't know your Bulawayo, you are going to stop over in Norton. If you don't know your Bulawayo, you are going to stop over in the wrong place. If you don't know your Bulawayo, you are going to stop over anywhere. So hold on to your dreams and do something about your life. And you know, in life, Miles Monroe said, if you want to go fast, you what? You go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. Look for a mentor in your life. A good mentor in your life who will tell you the truth about your life. Who will tell you the truth about real life. Not a mentor anongo kubabadzira and tell you, zvinabasa zvinachi. Lastly, as I sit down, I've already said, please do take care of your mental health. Your mental health is the engine that holds your life. Your mental health is your mindset, the state of your mind. Your life will go where your mind is following or saying you must go. I am where I am because of what I did to my mind. Never expect to get positivity when you are busy putting negativity in your life. Life out there is not magic. You will never get 2-minute noodle lives. Mental health, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem that you as an individual are facing right now. If you don't deal with that problem, then we will hear, oh, Vicky tried to commit suicide. Oh, Chido, you remember the young boy who was playing the saxophone so good, he's now into drug and substance abuse. Oh, Chido is now this and that and whatever. You know, because we have not dealt with issues in our lives. Mental health affects everybody. I am saying this to say, look, a at the broken piece and look at what God has done with Vicky's life. This is how I personally overcame depression in my life. I would stand and look at the mirror and say, you are a somebody. Zimbabwe is waiting for you, Vicky. Africa is waiting for you, Vicky. It was hard. Then I would go back and sleep and sit on the ceiling, but I'll get back up again. Vicky, Zimbabwe is waiting. So what affirmations are you telling yourself? The greatest story that you tell yourself as you go out there is the story that you tell yourself, not the story that anybody else says. Is the story that you say at 2 a.m. all by yourself when everyone else is sleeping. So go out there, let your feet be heard. I want to see if we have real women here. Amandla? Always. Come on, give me a big one now. Amandla? Always. Amandla? Always. Power belongs to us, ladies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies. I'm here to introduce Annie Holman. At Umutali Girls High, which is now Mutari Girls High, she received her education. She was a teacher at a number of institutions, including St. John's College, Hillcrest, Peterhouse, and Lomagandi Primary. She is passionate about sports, notably hockey and tennis. She worked as an acting headmistress at Peterhouse before taking a position as a headmistress at Hillcrest College, where Mr. Mike served as a deputy headmaster. She relocated to Lomagandi Primary School, where she served as the head. She has also directed sports and continues to teach geography. She is a renowned educational administrator who has spent more than 40 years enhancing education in Zimbabwe. She is a fantastic leader and a mentor to our headmaster. Ladies, please help me welcome Annie Holman.
Before I start, I think that was very unfair. To put me after Vicky. I will start off by telling you a little bit about myself. As I reflect on my journey, I'm reminded of the words of Maya Angelou. And my favorite quotation of hers is, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. To do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." Maya was an American poet and civil rights activist. I respect and admire these words, and if we can get all these right, I think life could be exciting for all of us. When I look back on my own path, I realized I wasn't necessarily a top academic, but I was someone who truly loved school, especially the joy of sport and the camaraderie of being a boarder for 12 years of my life. Those formative years taught me the value of building close relationships and creating wonderful memories. Funnily enough, my memories were not so much of my achievements, but the mischief we got up to as kids, like setting the country club golf course on fire, bunking out of school boundaries to swim in a dam, traveling in trains or buses to sporting fixtures, and just eating the most scrumptious foods like Marie biscuits with condensed milk and chips on the top of it. Now, as I stand before you, after 46 years of teaching, having filled many portfolios in the school system, I can honestly say that I'm learning more about this profession now than ever before. The early days were filled with a sense of absolute right and wrong, but over the years I've come to understand the true power of empathy, understanding, and active listening. These qualities have become the foundation of teaching today. One thing I've learned is that respect, integrity, and empathy are all essential traits, not just for teachers and pupils, but for everyone. Let me share a story that I find deeply inspiring, one that speaks to the power of these qualities. So during the recent Olympics, we witnessed the incredible journey of Simone Biles, a young woman who faced immense challenges both on and off the field of gymnastics. Despite the immense pressure and scrutiny, she demonstrated a level of courage and resilience that left us all in awe. When she made the decision to prioritize her mental health in 2020 Olympics and step back from some events as she was suffering from a bout of twisties, which meant she had a mental block in getting her body to do as it should in the air for all the trampolining, vault work, floor sequences, uneven bars, and so on. It was a profound display of self-respect and integrity. This year, she has come back to the Olympics and won another 3 gold medals to give her a total of 7 gold medals in her Olympic career. Yet what struck me most was the outpouring of support and empathy from her fellow athletes. They rallied around her, understanding the immense weight she was carrying and the bravery it took to make that decision. In that moment, we saw the true essence of what it means to be a team, to support one another, to lift up each other, and to embody the values of perseverance, gratitude, and humility. There are 3 lessons we can learn from Simone's journey. Firstly, that failure is inevitable in life. Maybe not now, but all of us will fail at something at some time. It's what we learn along the process of failure and how we respond to it that counts. Secondly, success takes effort and hard work does pay off. In the Bible, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 and 7, it says, "Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider his ways and be wise. Without any chief, officer, or ruler, he prepares his bread in summer and gathers his food for the harvest." Thirdly, like Simone, we must go back to the drawing board, listen to our coaches and mentors, dig deep and persevere with resilience and endurance. This is also teamwork, and we need to learn to support our friends when times are tough and lead them back to the norm. Life can be very tough, and many of you know this, but we cannot let the challenges keep us down. You and I need to rise, brace ourselves, and keep moving forward. This is what perseverance is. Refuse to give up in adversity and show tenacity to fuel your progress. Simone had to recover, push through the fatigue and pain to finish well. Perseverance is not about getting there first. It's about the steady, determined steps that lead us towards our goals. So celebrate your wins, learn from your defeats, and keep persevering. These are the qualities we should all strive to embody in our own lives, in whatever we're involved in. They are the foundations upon which we build genuine connections, foster meaningful learning, and create a better world for all. As I look out at you all, I'm reminded that each one of you holds the power to make a profound difference in the lives of others. Whether you're a prominent community leader, a senior member of staff, a head girl, a deputy head girl, or a mother, you can inspire, guide, and empower those around you. So let us embrace the lessons of life and the wisdom of those who have come before us. Let us cultivate respect, integrity, and empathy in all that we do. And let us never forget the transformative power of passion, compassion, humor, and style. Thank you for listening, and I'm honored to have shared this moment with you. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. So today is not only just Women of the Moment, but a special day as well. I'd also like to commemorate a special day to someone who's very special to me, my rock, and someone who really has taken a lot of time in nurturing me, even though I know I'm one of the hardest people to deal with. I'd just like to say happy birthday to you, Mama. Happy 40th birthday.
Your words have been so inspirational tonight, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am and most of our other girls are. Tonight we have learned so much and how to uplift each other and how to continue to grow as women. Because as young women, all we know is how to navigate the world. And sometimes it's really hard when you don't have so many female leadership roles in your life. And it has been such an honor to be surrounded by you all tonight. So thank you so much to the women who attended this event to make it possible. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.